Yeah, so now we've talked about him in a positive note. Now we're going to bring him on. So it's our good friend, Bilal Powell. How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Bilal, first of all, I know it's the off season. We definitely appreciate your time, man.
Oh, man, thank you for having me on the show, man.
Oh, of course. So, Bilal, first of all, welcome back to the Jets. As you probably know, Jet fans are super, super excited. So, in terms of health, man, how are you feeling?
I feel really good, man. And, this little break that we got right now before camp, I mean, I'm going all in and just ready to show up and get to work.
Yeah, man, and we just saw your beach workouts that were covered by Jay. That was really impressive. And, how hard was it for you to go through this injury and to rehabilitate from it?
I think the biggest thing was just not being able to do nothing, anything for a few months, man. Just my work ethic alone. I like to just go and grind and, just sitting around. It ate me up, but I had a good support system and my wife, family, and close friends, and I'm just looking forward to getting back, man.
Bilal, it's Joe, man, and I want to welcome you to the show again, man. You're one of my favorite Jets players. I mean, I absolutely love watching you run around out there, and I'm just so glad to have you back. And I want to start with this, man. Was there a time where you ever thought your career was over?
No, not at all. I'm a guy that I'm patient, and I went through all my resources, and I got opinions, and I reached out to a couple guys who were really supportive, who actually had the same exact surgery and continued their career. And not one time did I think about retiring. And once I got the green light, of course, my wife and I, we talked about what we wanted to be, and I told her I just wanted to be back in green and white and get to work.
And Bilal, that's interesting because, when you were injured, obviously Jet fans were upset. We all wanted you to come back. And first and foremost, we wanted you healthy. But then these stories came out in the media that your career could be over, this was serious, and there was a lot of fanfare about that. How did you react to that? Did that surprise you, or how did that deal with you?
It didn't sit well with me when I saw the news. Someone actually sent me a snap pic of it, and I had 100 text messages, pretty much saying that sorry about the career and the injury. I'm like, career ending. Not once did I hear anything about that type of information, and I reached out to a couple of doctors, and like I said, man, I got multiple opinions. And, not one time did I feel like I wanted to retire, and not one time did I hear the doctor say that this was career ending.
Yes, how did that, you had to be pissed at the media, I guess, then. Did the story surprise you that this was circulating all across, social media?
Yeah, it pissed me off, but at the end of the day, I'm a guy that I don't really say much, and a lot of what other people have to say about me doesn't affect me as a person. So, I was real comfortable with it, and I was comfortable with the doctors and, going on with the procedure, with the surgery, and just looking forward to getting healthy, man. Not only just to play football, but just being able to have a normal life and move forward.
Yeah, and move forward you did, man, because first of all, we're glad that you're healthy and back at it. And then the second story, which kind of surprised us and bummed us out, was that there was reports that you weren't coming back to the Jets. It was kind of like a foregone conclusion that you were back at it, but you may be going somewhere else. As longtime fans, man, we're all bummed out. How'd you react to this, man, as a quiet guy that doesn't say much, and all these stories are going out, around about you?
Well, I had a couple teams reach out to me, and I just felt like, I talked to Gase a couple times, and I liked his whole philosophy and what he was doing, not only with just the offense, but with the organization and within the organization as a whole, and the culture, and I believe in it, and I've been loyal to Gang Green now for 9 years, and previous times I had the opportunities to leave, I decided to stay because I want to continue to believe in the organization that gave me my first opportunity, man, and I want to do everything in my power to just help bring a Lombardi trophy back to New York, man. In the green and white New York. So make sure I say that.
Yeah. Bilal, you touched on it just a little bit about, your love for Coach Gase, but what are your thoughts about him and his offense?
Man, from the little bit that I've got to see, man, I really like it. It's a lot of moving pieces, and as a running back that can, pretty much do everything, you love offenses like this because it's something that it's hard for defenses to prepare for, and you look at the running back depth, and it's dangerous, man. We're a pretty talented group right now, where you can put 1-2 guys on the field at the same time and try to create mismatches. And man, as a running back that does everything, like I said, man, this is something that you will want, especially this time in my career, man, where you want the mismatches. Everything works, to your benefit.
Where do you feel you fit best within the offense?
Man, what's crazy is this is my 7th offensive coordinator, so I played in all type of different offenses, and I just want to get a chance to get back to it and just see where I fit. I haven't had a chance to get out there with the team yet in team drills, but just being able to run around, I want to get comfortable and just see where I fit. And whenever my number's called, man, I just want to take full advantage of my opportunity.
Also, when watching you out there, watching some of your film, you're a very tenacious blocker. You get after it. Can you tell me where that mentality comes from?
Well, that mentality was instilled in me by Coach Anthony Lynn, who, congratulations to him for being the head coach. He talked about it for years, but just being able to do things that, other guys don't want to do or can't do. And, the dirty work, man, it's something that keeps you around. It prolonged my career right now. So, it's something that I take pride in. And, it's exciting to see you make a block for your quarterback and he throws a 60, 70-yard bomb down the field. And, sometimes those things like blocking goes unseen when you do see a 60-yard, 70-yard touchdown pass.
Once again, we're speaking with Bilal Powell, who's kind of give us a few minutes. And Bilal, one of the big stories last year was your rookie quarterback, Sam Darnold. What have you seen out of Sam, last year and then coming into this year?
Just his precision with the ball, just knowing when the receivers are breaking, knowing where he needs to go with the ball during blitzes. He's feeling a lot pretty comfortable with the offense. He's looking good, looking crisp. His timing, his passes are on time, and that's something that you would like to see from a young quarterback coming in the year 2.
And as a veteran running back, what are some things you can do to help him out, especially as he tries to implement this new offense?
Just try not to overwhelm him. It's playing quarterback is a hard job. You have to know everything that you guys are doing on offense, plus more with guys on defense. Just making them feel comfortable and talking to him, asking him what he's seeing, maybe talking on the sideline, and just continue to build his confidence, man, and watch him get into a rhythm.
Bilal, what are fair expectations for the offense of the Jets in 2019?
Man, we just got to continue to put it together. I missed pretty much spring ball this year, but just continue to put it together one day at a time, man. And real football starts in about 3-4 weeks. So you just got to keep putting it together one day at a time. Guys continue to study the playbook and watch film. Continue to work on their craft, whatever their strength is. Continue to work on it and improve in things that that was not as good as they thought it was during the spring, and just move forward.
Are you a guy that sets individual goals for yourself based on stats or impact plays, or how do you set goals for yourself during the season?
My goal, I never have personal goals. One of my biggest goals is to just continue to just stay healthy, man, be durable, and if you're not durable, if you're not able to play, you can't provide any production. So my thing is continue to learn the offense right now, and just try to add value to my role on this team, and help the young guys now understand football and just be a good teammate right now.
Bilal, we mentioned earlier you're recovering from your injury and all the stories that went out like that. Were you surprised by the outpouring of emotion and support from all the fans, man? I mean, I'm sure your social media was just blowing up like crazy because you're obviously a fan favorite, and everybody worried about your welfare and just you getting back with the team.
Yeah, that was, you know what, man, I really do appreciate all the love from, Jets country. No comment has gone unseen, and, if I overlooked it, I'm sorry. But it's something that, you feel good about it, especially in this playing in New York is a tough market, and so when the fans love you, they love you, man. And we got some diehard fans, and hopefully we can just put it together and bring that trophy back this year.
Yeah, no doubt. And our last question for you, man, is what is your message for all the fans out there, man? Jet fans are so fired up for this upcoming season. I'm sure you see it, but we're ready, man. So what is your message for all of us as we get ready to root you guys on this year?
Right now, man, we're on the runway. We're doing everything that we can to prepare for takeoff, and just be ready, man. Just bring the energy at training camps, preseason games, and let all that stuff roll over into the season, man, and just help us with momentum at home field.
Bilal, first of all, thank you very much for your time, and welcome back to the Jets. You're obviously a fan favorite. We cannot wait to see you in this offense, man. So thank you, and best of luck this season.
All right, thank you for having me again.
Awesome, man. Have a great night.
All right.
All right, Joe, that was Mr. Bilal Powell, and I'm not going to lie, man, with a guy like that, I get in complete fan mode because he's just a favorite player of mine. So it's like you hear him talk, and he talked about, how, it's kind of his story doesn't match what the media told us, but, which is interesting, which I kind of figured. But, dude, it's just like it's so cool that he's motivated, he's back, and I think there's a big year ahead with him.
Yeah, and I want to thank him for coming on because, like you said, this guy is a fan favorite. I loved watching him out there, and I was so glad to get him back on the team, and especially, like I said, after the injury, for him to be able to come back and play for us is tremendous for me. But, yeah, this guy is going to have a big impact this season, and I think not just for his production on the field, but also for Sam, too. We touched on that a little bit in the interview. He's going to be a guy that Sam is going to be able to go to when the times get tough, when things are just falling down around him and things are collapsing in the pocket. He's going to be able to find Bilal because Bilal is such a solid route runner, and he has good hands and very good awareness.